welcome to my channel. My name is Julia and today I'm gonna tell you about Portu. Now, I have to confess, this is a very special city for me. First, I went there to celebrate my birthday and that was a very special occasion for me. Now, what do we know about Portu? Now, Portu, as you all know, is the second largest city in Portugal. It also gave its name to the entire country and to a very famous port wine. The old town, which is not very big, and it is concentrated mostly on the hills of the river, is the UNESCO World Heritage Site. The 14th century San Francisco Church is the main attraction, as are local port wine cellars, which are mostly located across the river. I would say that Portu's riverside is a little bit chaotic, but then again, it's really fun to explore it, and that's exactly the place for tourists and locals to mingle, because I think that it's not just tourists that like this place, but it's also the locals that adore it because it's really beautiful and really it has this special atmosphere of Portu. You would never take it for anything else, and just it's Portu. You know that for sure once you see it for the first time in your life. There are bars and restaurants around every corner, and this line the riverside walks too. There is an industrial symbol of Portu, and this is a huge bridge, actually twin arch bridge, which was built in 1886, and I think that the height of it is 45 meters. When you're walking down the streets, you would understand that many places, many buildings are at risk of collapsing. That's definitely present in Portu, and you would never escape seeing that, and that's true. Portu has Mediterranean climate with dry summers and mild but rainy winters. By the way, the annual precipitation is really high and it's mostly concentrated in winter, so it makes Portu one of the wettest major cities in Europe. So you should bear that in mind if you're going to Portu in winter. According to 2019 report, only 10% of the income that Portu is earning is generated by tourism, other things by industry, and that never occurred to me. I thought that was such a touristic city that completely relied on service sector, but that wasn't the case actually. It is the center of the industry of the region, and therefore the tourism there only plays a partial role. But yet it is very significant. 10% is a lot, I think, in my shallow opinion.
Let's go, I'll show you. Now let me give you a proper tour room. Follow me. Nice. I think I could be chosen for the next TV host of Oreshka, for example. Let it be so, let it be so.
There is one interesting thing. Me being a linguist, it was impossible to meet this fact. So, as you all know, people speak Portuguese in Portugal. I'm being a captain obvious here, apparently, but only 5% of all the speakers who speak Portuguese live in Portugal. Only 5%. And Portuguese is the official language in 9 countries. Can you imagine that? 9 countries. So the city's nickname is Invicta. In Latin, Invicta stands for unconquered. Why? Where does it get this name? Let me tell you a story. So Porto is called the Invicta because during the 19th century Portuguese Civil War, the city withstood a siege of over a year.
Local restaurant in order to try the most famous thing, which is called francesinha. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but I apologize in advance. So apparently this is a sandwich which was brought here to Spain by a Portuguese person who went to live overseas, and then he came back having all those traditions of French food and Belgian food, and also added some local taste to it. So it's not just a usual sandwich, but one of the most important parts is that it has this beautiful sauce, which is, as far as I understood, is made out of tomato sauce and also pears. So we're gonna see how it looks like. And also we were told that it's really, really big, huge and massive. I think it's gonna be enough. Yeah, me too. We were super hungry, and we decided not to eat anything in the morning, so we have more space here in the stomach that we could finish it up all. So that's what we're going to have.
You might have heard that some parts of the world are cheap and best to travel. Well, Porto is just one of that place. It's one of such paradise. You are sure to get good food, stay and transportation at reasonable prices. Not every tourist place in Europe is easy on budget and successful in offering scenic views and natural beauty.
So here's what I need to tell you guys. Well, for me, breakfast is the most substantial meal of the day. That's why we went there and had the francesinha for breakfast. But really, I'm so super full that I think it's gonna be enough for the entire day. And honestly, I don't know. I knew that the ingredients were like simple and what I love, like cheese and bread and 3 kinds of meat, but I think it's a little bit too much. I mean, for me, after having finished that meal, I think that it was a little bit too heavy. And right now, I need to walk a lot. Thank God there are lots of places in Porto where we can go enjoy ourselves. Whew.
I wanted to say a few words about the students in Portugal, and particularly in Porto. Very much visible. I don't know, maybe it was because we saw many students, the freshmen, we saw the sophomores, so they're all different, but the thing is that visibly you can distinguish between the first year students, the freshmen and sophomores, for example. How? Because they have different costumes. When you're a sophomore starting the second year, as far as I understood, they start wearing these black costumes, and this is nice. They not only wear them on special occasions, but like 2 or 3 times a week, which I think is great. And also there was this major celebration of a student activity. The first year students were somehow invited. There was this ceremony where they were invited into the circle of the students generally. So that was great. I remember my student years, and that was one of the best experiences I've ever had so far.
All the students from all the faculties of Portu. And this is our students from the Superior Education School.
Oh, wow.
They are students from the first year.
And what is the reason for the parade? Is that they're freshmen? What are they doing?
Yeah, they are celebrating. They're entering to the university and things like that.
And why do they have these unusual costumes? Why is that? Why is they pink and
This is the colors from our faculty, and they are wearing red canes just to make noise.
That's very, so they're happy to be the part of your student.
Yeah,
And you're the senior student. That's why
This here with the white shirts are our freshmen, and today there's going to be an activity called latada. That's why they are with all this. Yeah. And our house is Superior School of Education, and later there are going to be more houses and more schools, and with different colors. Our colors are blue and pink.
what do you usually do for celebration?
Today we are running. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Jogging?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Here in Clérigos, we are running from this road. Yeah.
That's right. All right. Tell me a little bit more about the costumes that you're having. I understand that the freshmen are having these colors, pink and blue, right? And what about you? Why are you always in black? What is the reason of that?
It's the way that we can say that we are always the same. We aren't different from each other.
So this is the way to bond, not to be distinguished
Yeah.
by the clothes. That's not the reason.
Yeah, of course. Now we use black for we can be all equal.
Very good. So would you say that female students and male students are equal? Would you agree or not? Female students and male students, men and women, girls and boys are equal. Would you say that?
We are becoming equal.
Very
I
good.
think.
Thank you
I
very
believe
much.
it. You're welcome.
So just generally to wrap it up, I'd like to say that Portu is a great place to go, and definitely in terms of food, you've seen our video about francesinha. Also, I'm sure there is much more to try there, and in terms of the beverages, in terms of the alcohol, you can definitely go for port wine. We brought some bottles to bring home and to, reminiscing and Portu in the rainy winter days. But what I like specifically about Portu is that it is simply the city to enjoy by walking. You don't have to go to any specific places. You don't have to, click out that you've seen some monuments or some statues or the buildings or mighty theaters and things like that. You're just walking and getting the general atmosphere of ease and comfort and, this beauty and the autumn melody, romantics and things like that. So that was my general impression. Maybe because it was my birthday, maybe because we just spent there 2 days and we were very lucky with our hotel and everything of that, but I really, really enjoyed it there. By the way, one more recommendation. Next time you're in Portu, be sure to try chestnuts. I really enjoy them as a food, takeaway. You could just walk all day long and then eat it. It's as sufficient as nuts and it's so nice. Like, I don't know, if you never tried that, it's like a mix of potato and nuts and it's great. Alright, I hope you guys liked this video, and if you liked it, be sure to thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any new videos. Thank you.